Hey, folks, once again, if you're just joining us, please turn off your cell phones. No video, no flash. We'll start with a statement from Coach Thompson and then open it up for questions for the student athletes.
Tough one tonight. I thought we played an unbelievable game. A lot of engagement, a lot of fun. I just thought our guys just really battled against arguably 2019's best starting pitcher in college baseball and really worked the pitch count. Of course, Edouard Julian had the first big swing and then had the, the third run on an RBI. But I think you would have to give a lot of credit to Rankin Woolley. I know he got on before him. The home run and the RBI is what you noticed, but Woolley got on both times right in front of him. I thought Coach Smith did an amazing job with our pitching staff of just knowing where we're at and coming out of the Super Regional on where our guys' pitch counts were at, watched them close this week, and, of course, we devised a different plan today to piece it together, and I thought everybody really competed within the strike zone for the most part, and for 8 2/3, I just thought everybody associated did a nice job, and then we had a chance to win the baseball game. I don't think there's any doubt about that, and just one play away tonight.
Okay, we'll open up for questions for the student athletes. Asked to be identified. Give us your name, your affiliation, and to whom you're asking the question. And we'll get a mic to you for the first question. Okay, back over here. There it is.
Theodorosa, Omaha World Herald. Guys, I wanted to ask about Rod Bramblett and how his loss has affected this team and how you guys are handling that and how you're approaching this World Series without him.
Jack, start, please.
Rod was a big part of who we are as a university and as a baseball team especially. He was nothing but kind to all of us all the time. He was always supporting us, so losing him was obviously terrible, but, I know he's with us and he's been watching over us as we've gone along this journey right here in the postseason, and I know he's proud of us either way.
Richard.
Kind of going off of Jack, everybody was very devastated about it. We all met with Coach Thompson, and he was basically just making sure that we were okay with it. And in this time, everybody's kind of been uplifting of everybody, and everybody, the whole Auburn family has just grown even closer together than they were before, and that's just awesome under tragic circumstances. So.
Okay, next question, please. Let me down, Kendall. Yep, there you go.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Jack, just kind of talk about your performance. You kept those guys in check for the most part, and just as a guy who stepped up tonight and as a starter, just kind of talk about moving forward now after a tough loss like that.
You could look at it from a couple different ways. They hit some balls hard right at people. They're obviously a very good offensive ball club. But I think going into that sixth inning, I put us in a bad position early and forced us to go to our pen early when we're already a little bit more shallow than maybe some of the other teams here. So you could, say we could have won that game, whatever, but I think that sixth inning I kind of let go from me a little bit, and that affected the rest of the ball game in terms of pitching also. So we're going to have to come back and do a good job on Tuesday. Come back and do a good job on Tuesday and keep going. It's a long way from over, though.
Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? If not, guys, regroup. We'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you. Okay, we'll start here with Kendall on questions for Butch.
Roger, D1 Baseball. Butch, obviously you had a chance to close out that game, but just as you look to the ninth and you're facing Mangum and McNamee, and you've got plenty of experience with those guys, but how tough is it just facing those guys in that situation?
It's a great lineup. I think I'm documented as saying I thought Vanderbilt, Mississippi State's the two best teams we had seen prior to getting here, and then, of course, they're both in our bracket. I just reiterate, we had a couple of things that we really wanted to do to try to keep this game intact, and I think we did it. And I think we gave ourselves a chance in the ball game. One thing that they did that we didn't do as good of a job of, but Julian's home run changed that, and Julian's third run changed that. And why I'm making such a big deal out of that is I wanted to put the ball in play at the same rate that they did. And, of course, the first 5 guys we had struck out, and it didn't happen. But Wally found a way on with 2 outs in the infield, and Julian had the big swing. And so that continued. And, again, at the end of the day, when I look at it, I knew that would be paramount. But, again, I thought we could have, dominated a routine play and finished it off. But we only struck them out 3 times at the end of the night. And I do have a ton of respect for their offense and to hang in there. And they were able to just put the ball in play to extend the innings when it mattered most in the game.
Mike?
Mike LaPresti, NCAA.com. Butch, baseball is a game that is always demanding you to overcome adversity and tough nights and move on. But how tough will this be, and what do you need to say to them in the next 24 to 36 hours to get them ready to play again?
Tell them to turn in their loops, their laundry. Tell them when we're going to have breakfast, when we're going to practice, what we're going to do tomorrow. We've been through a ton if you've watched our ball club. So these guys, I know them man by man and kind of what makes them go. And we'll be back. This team's really grown a lot. That Mississippi State ball club that we just played, they haven't changed. They've been a very steady, great ball club all year, but we're changed and we're better, and we've been through a ton, and so I don't think much shocks us. But of course we're hurt. I'm hurt because we invested so much and thought we had a good plan, but at the same time, who knows what'll happen Tuesday? We went for it, but I guarantee it won't be because of having to pick them back up and get them to compete again. That's the standard in our deal that I'm really comfortable with our ball club, that they do a great job with that. I think it'll be more about the execution and how much pitching we have. That might be a bigger story because we went for it. We came to win, and we went for it tonight.
Okay, any more questions for Butch? You will be the home team on Tuesday. Yeah, he won that flip.